He's coming out the front. Anyway, praise be to Allah. What I'd like to speak on today really is looking at us and our journey that we've been on based on the teachings that we've been given. Because at the end of the day, we knew or we know what's happened to us in the past. Because at one point, as black people, we lived in high society. We had a high way of thinking. We were the givers of civilization on this planet. But along came others who saw us, but then wanted to literally take that power away from us, and which they did.
That's right.
And reduced us today to the bottom rail, where today we're so messed up we don't even know our names. We don't even know our own language. We don't know our mores, our God, our religion. We don't know none of that. So all of that was introduced to us because remember, Allah created the heavens and the earth with truth. So if your mind is in tune with the universe, you're in tune with truth. So there's no headaches. But somebody had to come and plane against the way that we were given to think. It's like having a plank of wood and planing against it. You mess it up.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and that's what's happened to us. We've been messed up. But Allah had to come, as brother read, after 400 years, he promised that he would come and judge that nation which we had served. And that 400 years is up. Others would say, like the Jews, it's them. But they've got to prove it. They've got to prove it.
Come on.
No one can prove outside of ourselves that they were in bondage for 400 years. No one. We live in it. We're still living it today. But Allah said that he would come and judge that nation which they, us, had served. And we're serving them today. But as you know, based on the teachings that we've been given, their world is coming down. And as their world is coming down, we must rise. And that's why the teaching has light, life, and power.
Yes, sir.
If taken in its right dosage, we will get that light, life, and power. But the enemy is still here to cut out the light. Every day you're being attacked. Why are you attacked? Why nobody else is attacked? Why not the Christians being attacked? Because what the Christians have, it's weak anyway. Right. But something that is strong has come along and the enemy is scared of it. Because we're not a massive group, a small group, but he sees what is coming to challenge his lie. He's got a well-dressed lie. We come with the well-dressed truth. And we can't deter ourselves from that, turn away ourselves from that. So Minister Farrakhan, a man that is in our midst today, and I'm telling you, it's sad when we listen to our people today, especially on the radio, and they will give credit to Malcolm. They will give credit to Marcus, the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. They will give credit to others who are past. Our Christian brothers and sisters, give credit to Jesus. He's past. But there's a live, living man in our midst today that is giving truth to us, backing up the enemy, backing up the enemy that is literally trying to take us to hell in a handcart. But nobody gives respect to Minister Farrakhan. I'm talking about, you got some of the brothers who say that from Africa, they don't recognize the minister. But who is trying to now lift up the people? Who is now coming to literally take you down the road to the hereafter? Because we all in our hearts, we all cry, man, I wish we'd just get out of this condition.
Right, brother, that's what we say.
I wish we could just get out. I wish life for black people was much better. But you can hear a man speaking on this today. But we are deaf to it. You know why? Because Minister Farrakhan makes a demand on you. Yes, Jesus can't make that demand on you. Malcolm can't make that demand on you. Minister Farrakhan makes a demand on you. Makes a demand on us that we have to go to work. And the work starts with yourself first. That's why we can't deal. All praise be to us. And that's why we can't deal with things properly. because you have to go to war with this. But sometimes we like what we're doing in ignorance.
Yes, sir.
Really and truly, we like what we're doing in ignorance, knowing that the thing is going to kill you. We've got so many plagues in the black community.
Go ahead.
Whether it be relationship plagues. We got it. We got it. And it breeds a certain condition that later on down the road is going to affect us as a nation. We got the relationship between the black man and the black woman. Because when we meet now, based on what's been done to our minds, when we meet now, we meet on a club level. I met her in a club. Or you're driving down the road and you see the sister dressed a certain way and you whistle or whatever you do to get her number. But then the sister falls for it because you got a nice shiny car. Right. Or you portraying that you have money with a nice jacket, nice suit, nice clothes. And then she falls for that. Then you meet, go to clubs, go back home, do whatever you do. Then a baby comes along. But brother's not going to stay because you haven't talked about no relationship. You haven't talked about stuff long term. You just meet on that level. Where we going this week? I don't know the names of the clubs nowadays. You know, Norwich in the day and all that. It is, what did Allah do? He created the heavens and the earth with truth. But that's what I'm telling you now. Night moves. That's right. They still got it. You still got it. Night moves. But this is what I'm saying. We meet on that level, and that's what our life is based on. It's not based on marriage, future, children, where we're going to live in the future. It's not based on that. That conversation never comes across. It's a physical thing. But that physical thing brings a child into the world. Now, because it wasn't spoken of, the brother may not can handle it. So he'll tell you, oh, you got to get rid of it. Or it's not mine. So he's already putting that negative thought in your mind, because we know through how to give birth to a God, the right things have to go through the woman's mind in order to connect with the baby, so that the baby picks up the things that are right and good for itself. But if that negativity is put into you, and now you're feeling rejected, you're feeling, what's going on? Why are you leaving me like this? But all of that goes into the child. You don't see him again, he's gone. All the time you're sitting there thinking, what did I let myself into? You're cussing them in your mind, or you're thinking on something horrible about that person. But what you're doing, you're transferring it into the child. So the child is born. Child comes out now. You have to take care of it. It needed both of you, but you end up, the woman, taking care of the child. You only can do so much, my sisters. You only can do so much, because you're supposed to have the balance there. But you're doing it. But then now the child is growing, and now he needs control. But where is the other side to give that child control? He's gone. That's right. Probably gone to somebody else and doing the same thing again. But this is what we're dealing with now in the community. In the community. Now you've got young boys, they don't listen to their mothers. Now they're on the streets. Now they felt rejected as well, because they felt the pain that you were going through. They see another black youth and they think, well, you got something to do with that as well. He may be happy, but in him, the brother who came from the single parent, he's not happy. So then confrontations happen. So the brother just stabs him. No thought. No thought. He is damaged from the time that brother left you. You see, that's what I'm saying. We are sometimes the cause of our own destruction, based on the way that we act with one another.
That's right.
But when you look at the teachings, what does the teachings do? It elevates you. It starts with your thinking. If you want to change your thinking, you've got to change your mind.
Yes.
You've got to change your mind. If you want to stop smoking, you've got to change your mind. Don't go and buy a patch. Because the man who introduced you to smoking, he's the one that's introducing you to the patch, and you don't know what's in the patch. Yeah, he's making money. This man is wickedly wise. He knew cigarettes were going out, then he decided to make a vapor for you now. You don't know what you're vaping, but you're vaping away. And some of them look really nice. Used to be like a straight one, now it's like a gun, or it's like square with a... I mean, the man is making money because ignorance permeates our mind. We won't come into line and follow the God who created the heavens and the earth with truth. Now we are following Satan, and Satan is taking you down a road that is going to destroy you.